All right, so today we'll focus on some meditation, mantra, pranayama, and allow yourself to come into a comfortable seat. So we will be seated for quite a while. If you want to sit in a chair or if you want to sit with your back up against the wall, please do that. Make sure that you're comfortable enough where you don't have to think about your body. Yeah. And so just to orient ourselves here, yoga teachers say things like, let's ground. Often take a moment to ground ourselves. What does that really mean? So for me, two things. We are electrical beings that need to be grounded, right? Just like you would ground a wire. So one of the ways to do that is to orientate yourself to place through a land acknowledgement. And so we'll take a deep breath in, and a long breath out. And maybe place one hand to your heart and one to the floor, the earth. And take a moment just to feel the bones of your body and the wisdom that the bones hold, our ancestry, our lineage, where we come from. All of us are indigenous to some place. And then the land we are on and the First Nations people of this land that are indigenous to the land we are on. Here on Whidbey Island, land of the Tulalip tribe, Coast Salish people. And the wisdom of the land. The earth herself and all her cycles of birth here in the spring, signs of all new life popping up all around us. And death in the winter, and then rebirth again the following spring. The cycles, the natural cycles of things coming to bloom, to fruition, and then falling away. And in that release, that falling away, just like the final release of physical death, yeah. Many, many times through our life, we have small deaths, release of relationships that no longer serve, release of patterns of thought that no longer serve. Many times we are asked to face the grief of letting go fully and completely and trusting the process of nature, where that which no longer serves becomes the fertilizer for what we are growing into. And place both palms on our lap. You might join the thumb and the first finger. Palms face down on your knees. This is called Chen Mudra. It's the mudra of consciousness. Also, with palms down helps that feeling of being grounded in the bones of our body, the weight of our body, the form of our body, the wisdom of the bones and our ancestors, both real and imagined, the wisdom of the earth and the cycles of life, death, and rebirth. And then we'll allow our awareness to slowly rise, vertebra by vertebra, as we sit up nice and tall or sit against the wall so the whole spine feels long. Allowing our awareness to come to the crown of our head and our inherent dignity, a fundamental sense of belonging, that deep felt sense of belonging that is within our bones, that does connect us to ancestry and descendants, both bloodline and chosen family. Crown energy is the vast vault of consciousness. All the thoughts, ideas yet formed, and our connection to the God of our own understanding, to divinity, to that which is sacred, to that which is unknown. And we'll have very slow breath in and out through the nose. As the spine remains long, and become aware of any sensation, the temperature of the breath, the texture of the breath, the length of the breath, and quality of the breath. We'll begin a very simple pranayama practice where we inhale to the count of 4, pause, hold the breath in, exhale to the count of 4, pause, hold the breath out. And continuing that way. Inhale 4, pause. Exhale 4, pause. And then allow your breath to come back to its own natural rhythm. And begin to notice a global awareness and deep listening, sounds outside of the room you're in, sounds outside. And draw your awareness and your deep listening closer to sounds inside the room. Draw your awareness closer still to sounds inside your own being, the sound of your breath, the sound of your heart beating. And then closer still, listen to the wisdom in your bones, your ancestry, your lineage, your indigeneity. And we'll sit quietly in meditation. We'll use a timer. So we'll sit until you hear the timer go off. If your mind wanders, bring it back to your breath and the awareness of sound coming in, 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 in. If your mind wanders, bring it back to your breath, the awareness of sound, drawing sound closer and closer. Notice the loops of the mind and bring your awareness back to your breath. And slowly bring your hands together and begin to rub your hands, creating a little heat. When you feel heat in your hands, cup your eyes and then open your eyes inside your hands and feel the heat from your hands. Notice if you see any color or shapes, and then begin to very slowly bring some light in. And allow your hands to come to your heart and your eyes to be open, but gaze is soft and downward. And we'll end with mantra. And this mantra translates into, I honor the essence of being, the luminous teacher within and without, who assumes the forms of truth, consciousness, and bliss, is never absent, full of peace, ultimately free and sparkles with divine luster. And that's a translation I got from Sienna Sherman. And so we'll do call and response and just the best you can. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave. Saccidananda Murtaye. Nisprapancaya Shantaya. Niralambaya Tejase. And then we'll go through it several times together. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave. Saccidananda Murtaye. Nisprapancaya Shantaya. Niralambaya Tejase. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave. Saccidananda Murtaye. Nisprapancaya Shantaya. Niralambaya Tejase. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave. Saccidananda Murtaye. Nisprapancaya Shantaya. Niralambaya Tejase. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave. Saccidananda Murtaye. Nisprapancaya Shantaya. Niralambaya Tejase. When we do these practices like meditation, pranayama, mantra, we help to settle our nervous systems and to notice the monkey mind and bring the mind back to stillness as much as possible. And in that way, we create just a little bit more peace in our own nervous systems. to allow us to become better advocates of peace in the world. In that spirit of peace, we say Shanti, Shalom, Salam, Amani, Maluhia, Irini, Shiakan, Jam, Pache, pause. In the spirit of our collective liberation, we say Ashe, Amin, Amen, blessed be. Kapu aloha in Lakach, Satnam, Namaste, Mitakuyasan, Black Lives Matter.